So today I'm gonna look around, see what needs to be done in this plant room. And you can tell how early I'm filming because all the grow lights are off. So it's about 7:30 in the morning. I usually have my grow lights turn on at 8 and they run until 10 p.m. So they're on for 14 hours a day. I wanted to start off with this stunning plant. I just want to show it. It's funny how these videos have turned into like a show and tell and then like chores or tasks after. I kind of like it. Do you all like it? Okay. Oh my gosh, this crystal mag. I love how round. Look at this. Do you see this? And like the overlapping, do you see this over? Oh my God, the overlapping here is just so wonderful. I mean, I think she is starting to harden off. We'll see what happens. This is the one where I put that deli container and she looks good. She looks really good. Do I need to do anything? I think she's okay, but I gotta move her out of the way for a little bit. Oh, I know what I need to do, y'all. Okay, so these strawberry shakes, Philodendron strawberry shakes, these were propagations initially, I think. Yeah, they were. Obviously, they're in cups. And then I just kind of waited to see how the variegation was gonna, present. Or like, what am I trying to say? Was that sentence correct? It's the morning. Okay. We started with this gorgeous leaf. This is like the mother leaf. And then she pushed out this half and half situation. Now, gorge. But then every leaf after that was creamed like this. So you can see that there's a lot of stem here and a lack of leaves just because they all died off because they were all just fully variegated. I'm looking, okay, so there is another one that is predominantly variegated. And then every leaf after, bam, and then the one after, bam. And so if this next one is fully variegated, I'm probably gonna cut down to this leaf, just over here. So you know what? I was gonna put these two in one planter, but maybe I'll have to wait. Let me just show you the other one anyways. This one I'm happy with because it's been pretty balanced. More variegation at the bottom. I'm just rotating it a little bit. As you go high, you can see that the green is favored a little bit more with these newer leaves, but it's still pretty marbled in the leaf. So like this specimen, I'm actually very happy with it. And oh my gosh, I'm gonna propagate again. Okay, I'll think about it. I'll just bring this to the living room because she needs to be watered anyhow. I have a question also. I've just noticed this year, my favorites videos, they haven't been performing well. Do y'all still like watching those? Cause like, it's weird because before, the favorites videos like dominated like viewership and people would come back to watch those. But like the last few, no one seems to care. Like compared to my plant tour videos, like people keep coming back and watching these kind of videos. So let me know because I'm like hesitant to do a November one. I know it's gonna be like the first month that I don't do one, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, y'all, this chaoticness. I'm only moving this because I gotta get the Pertusa, but maybe we'll do something with her. My Anthurium Decipiens, so wild. Okay, so the oldest leaf is going. And yeah, look at this. Yeah, so she's here. I know she has holes, but overall she looks very healthy. She's actually pretty light when I hold the planter, so maybe I'll water and flush it. I love the sinus in this plant. It is beautiful. Anthuriums that have that wide sinus, I'm just like the Regale. Mine doesn't really have a wide sinus. Maybe I'll cut the leaf. Yeah, I gotta move my queen though. I'm gonna look at the usual suspects again, it seems. She is so incredible. I don't need to do anything. There is actually branching. Future Kevin, zoom in. Do you see the branches? So that wasn't there before. So that's wonderful. I'm only going to show the Regale because I want to talk about something that I've talked about before, but it's like, oh, is there a hole at the bottom of this planter? Sorry, there's like a puddle. The stopper's there. Where did this water come from? Anthurium Regale. Beauty. Yeah, we're gonna show her off again. Ooh. So people always ask, why do I hang on to these leaves? And I mean, you saw that with the Decipiens, like she's starting to go. I generally keep the old leaves until they're fully yellow like this. So you can see a little bit of green up here, but I usually prefer at this stage to cut the leaf off. Oh, the lights turned on. So it's 8 a.m. That kind of scared me weirdly. But anyhow, I keep the leaves on, even though they're ugly to some people, because that leaf still has mobile nutrients. In the situation, it can't get nutrients from the plant's roots, or it needs more. Like for example, if there was a gap in fertilizing and I forgot and the plant is actively growing, like sometimes it does sacrifice the oldest leaf by pulling mobile nutrients from older growth. This isn't the case with all nutrients. Pretty sure the mobile nutrients include the main macronutrients, so nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. I think magnesium's there also, but yeah, that is the reason why I keep older growth. In this case, now that the leaf is fully yellow, it is time to give it a chop. I think last week I said the petiole was like really dehydrated, and you'll usually see that when it is time. I do want to bring y'all closer. I want to show you the petiole. Oh my gosh, look at this. I don't know, this looks cool to me. So the petiole, when you compare the two, oh my gosh, the lighting is not great. If I go here, okay, this is better. So do you see how wrinkly compared to the new leaf? So this is another sign that I'm like, okay, I think it's ready to be chopped. Another thing that people might see is if a plant is pushing out an inflow, if it's pushing out a flower. Flowers like require a lot of energy and nutrients, so sometimes foliage might be smaller if there's a flower there, or if there's not enough nutrients in the substrate. So I'm just gonna cut over here, and we're gonna say goodbye and thank you to this beauty. Just cleaning my shears, y'all. And okay, I think she's okay. I know there's a little bit of leakage. I don't know where the puddle came from, but just judging from like the weight of the planter, I think she's okay. So we'll just keep you here. I feel comfortable having the leaf face the window now, just because we're in like mid-November in North America. As you can see, like it's raining today, so, and less hours of light, so I'm not afraid of any bleaching. Okay, I want to look at my Philodendron Mcdowell, so the one that's on a moss pole. I might look at the other one that's crawling, because I haven't looked at her for a while, but she lives up here, so pretty far from the south-facing window. No grow light. I just have found with the Mcdowell, at least mine, they really reach for light, and philodendrons don't need as much light as other plants like Hoyas, for example. But previously, the one I was so in love with, oh, and she's still so pretty. And then look at this new one. Look at this new one. She just like opened fully, and I mean, you can see the color difference. Oh, look at this. I'm so excited for this plant, and I'm so excited to watch her climb up the moss pole, because I mean, it's just so okay. Roots right there. I think there was another one. There's some down here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but there's some there. Oh my god. Oh yeah. And then the roots have just like taken over. So that is wonderful. I might, because I don't remember, I might run nutrient solution in the moss pole, just since there's roots in there. We'll see. Okay, and then to get the Mcdowell that's over there, I gotta move the Esmeraldense. I think these plants are dehydrated. Okay. Esmeraldense. She was crunched oh my gosh, she was really crunched. I'm sorry. Do you see how like the leaf is like folded? She was like between leaves. Anyhow. Yeah, I just don't know if I checked on the reservoir of the other Mcdowell. And there's no indicator, so I can't really see. Okay. King. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting everyone again. Bam. Look at these leaves are so beautiful. I can't get over these king leaves. But again, do you see how she's smaller? Because I talked about this in my favorites video last month, but kind of want to look at the roots to see how it's doing. I always say when a plant's leaves are getting smaller, maybe check on the roots. Maybe check on fertilizing, but also the pot might be too small for like what like roots are in there. So yeah, let's bring her. Oh my God, I have no room in my living room now. Okay, and y'all, a plant that like, I totally forgot again. It's in an arid mix, it's the Philodendron Glorious. The leaf is crunched against, I don't know if y'all can see. Can Future Kevin zoom in, please? Look at that leaf. I don't even know when it started hitting it, but oh my God. Ooh. Gotta move her because I gotta get to the Mcdowell. Ooh. I think she's dehydrated. Okay, she's pretty though. She really is, but oh my gosh, she was crunched. I'll probably water her today. All that work to get one plant over here. Ooh, she's light. I can't even, ooh, she's dry. Oh, hello. But this leaf is new. Look at her. Man, oh man. So this one was the smaller of the two. The two leaves over here. So cute. And I had to tie her because sometimes these petioles, they just like latch onto other plants and then the plant just comes out. So I had to tie that chunk down. But do you see how she's crawling? Oh yeah, and then my luxurians, my Philodendron Luxurians. Oh my gosh. I think I was just like, I don't know, I ignored it. Even though I showed her last week, I don't think I did anything for a week, and I guess she's thirsty because I touched the leaf and I was like, oh, I knew immediately that it was dry. So, I mean, pivoting this way. I feel bad. I feel so bad, y'all. I feel so bad. It's because, again, I was trying to keep the moss pole dry because of all the fungus gnats, but she's so gorgeous. And y'all, the red backs on these, they're so pretty. Oh, she's so, I haven't like, because she's been on the floor and I haven't really like lifted her since a week ago. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty, but so dry. I'm so sorry. Okay, we'll deal with her too. Which one? Oh, you're dehydrated. Dehydrated. I don't even know if y'all can see. Yeah, you can. This is my last Thai constellation in an arid mix. And I think I'm gonna keep it in an arid mix. I don't think I'm gonna chop it. I kind of wanna see how it grows. This is actually a new leaf that she pushed out recently. She's not quite hard enough, but kind of close. This is another one that I propagated. Look here. So she grew, I chopped her here, and then the node on this side pushed out this new growth point. And now she's doing her thing. Y'all can see the roots are just so stunning. Oh my God, I totally forgot. I was supposed to talk about my Rhaphidophora pertusa. That's why I moved the Decipiens in the first place. Man, you're getting too tall. Oh, my camera's overheating. Weird, it's cold. Oh my God, look how dark it is. Okay. Again, we're walking through this jungle here. I love all these plants so much. Oh, the luxurians. The Veitchii. I blocked my path again, y'all. I blocked my path. I can't pee anymore. There's a lot to do. Oh my gosh. I'm like looking. I feel like I just need to do this in order of like which plant is most on the inside of, you know, so it's gonna have to be this Mcdowell. So pretty. See, this leaf is actually facing the other way. Like these are facing the window. And then this one's facing the wall. So I actually like, oh my God, to the window, to the wall. I think there's roots in the reservoir. I'm pretty sure. I don't, okay, when I grew this in LECA, when she was in these planters, every time the roots sat in the reservoir for too long, there was like the cosmetic damage of like overhydration on the edges of the leaves. And like right now, it's not happening. And I see that with my also luxurians. Okay, so let's just take, wow, it's a lot more secure. I think obviously because this new leaf, new node. Let's look together. I can't see anything through the window. I love how I was like, the window, it's not even here. There's a window to show you how high the water level is. There's also like this rubber stopper in case you overfill it. to open it up and then the water goes out. Oh my god, this root is so big. Guys, it's not even focusing. Can you see it? Okay, and like, I like to see that there's still condensation on the edge of the pot because that means it's not totally dry, even though this whole thing is dry. Okay, perfect. So with this one, I don't think I'm going to put any nutrient solution even though I have it. I think I'm just gonna do water. And I think I'm just gonna do water. In my experience, when you have roots of the Mcdowell grow into the reservoir and you fully submerge them, they do okay if you give it enough light. What I found, was it last year at this point? Or a year or two ago, where I only had this against my south-facing window. Because it was a huge drop in lighting from like the summer south-facing window situation, the roots did die off and rot. And so I'm trying to be cautious because even though this one is against the south-facing window, like the leaves, these leaves are touching the window. I just know what happened before with this plant. It's always tricky with a change in season, I find, still to this day. Especially like, I haven't grown a Mcdowell in pond before during the winter, like a mature one. I had propagations a year ago in pond, but they were just chunks. Like they literally started out like this. Do y'all remember that? No, they were in perlite. They were in perlite in a bin. But isn't that wild? Anyhow, I'm losing focus again. Do you see how the water level's like kind of not really? I usually like midway. Let's just add a little bit more and we'll put her back. I'm gonna keep the plant tape because I don't trust myself. I'm gonna like hit it and then the whole plant's gonna come out. So say goodbye because she's like, I don't know when I'm gonna bring her out again. Because every time with this one, I just know that if I put like an almost full deli container worth of water, it's not gonna fill the planter completely. So I just kind of reach over, you know, every week and do one of these. And clearly I was behind because she was dry, but not completely dry. So say goodbye. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my Philodendron Glorious, everyone. She's now, because these leaves, oh my god, because these leaves are against the window, she's so unstable. I mean, obviously, like, I do need to water the Glorious, but, like, oh my god. Oh my god, this is, oh my god, so much happening that y'all can't see. I don't know, man. Here she is. Oh my god, I don't even know. The new leaf is cute. She's doing her thing. Ooh. Look at this. Wow, she's so photogenic. Look at her. She looks so good on camera. Jeez, okay. I'm a little worried. I didn't see this before, but because I carried her here. Okay, so you know how these are all like single node props? So that's how she started. So the new growth point, like this huge plant is coming from this node. Do you see how like I move it and it looks like it's about to snap? And I think I have to do something like sooner now. But what? Should I put this one in pawn and see what happens? I'm gonna have to put it under light though. See, that's the thing. A little concerned, a little bit. Just a little bit. That or give it a stake and hope it doesn't snap. Okay, maybe that's the plan right now. Oh my god, it's like, I feel like it's so close to snapping. I might try this clear stake just for the time being. I do need to hydrate her again. I hate doing this. I hate doing this. I hate doing this. Just for a bit, eh? Just so it doesn't snap all of a sudden. Am I gonna do the Ziploc method where I air layer? I haven't done that in a while. It just becomes very top heavy if it doesn't have like enough support. Okay, y'all. Oh my gosh, I need to like move so many things. I think I need to put it under grow lights, but not like right under, like maybe beside. And in order to do that, I need to move some Anthuriums maybe so they're against the window. Is it gonna be Forgetii? I think it's gonna be Forgetii. Hopefully it's gonna be okay. I don't know, in my opinion, the Forgetii is pretty tough. So if I put that one against the window, oh, my closet's open. You can see my clothianias. Yeah, do you know what? I think it'll be good because remember last year when I got it, the whole entire winter, it lived in my living room against my west facing window, which is on average less light. So she should be okay against my south facing window. Do you love how I'm like worried? We will see. I might put a collar first before I move it because the stem is pretty long. But she lives here right now, right here. I think a couple of the leaves are getting, do you see how bright it is? They're getting the blast of the grow light there. Actually, it's just one leaf. These three are just facing out. Is there another one I can move? I can move my, maybe this crystal mag. This one's pretty resilient after growing it for all these years. Oh, there's like an inflow coming, by the way. Over there. Maybe I'll do this one. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Look at her. I'm gonna try to stay on track because I feel like I've just bounced everywhere. Oof. Ooh, so pretty. I'm trying to think if I flushed this before. I don't even remember. See, and now like my memory's going. When did I flush it last week? Thinking of putting this one on a moss pole, like repotting it and putting a moss pole. This is so pretty, by the way. Because look, I mean, it differs with different anthuriums, but like this stem is growing with aerial roots and I can't submerge them. I know I said I was gonna put a collar. Imagine, I don't think it could hold on to like so many leaves, but imagine like just Forgetii leaves up a moss pole. That would be so pretty. Let's do it. That means I have to repot it. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. I think this is what I'm gonna do. Because I think I broke the indicator for the Forgetii. So these self-watering pots have an indicator showing if it's full or not. It broke. So I've just been trying to be careful with the watering. It's been kind of challenging, to be honest. So actually this is perfect. Okay, moss pole, repot, we can look at the roots. Whoa, just a little nervous, everyone. Just a little bit, because you know the Forgetii is my babes. My babes, but I gotta hit her on the side so she comes out properly. Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna pour into the bin because the opening is just much larger than the other one. So let's just pour it in here. Wow, look at this already. Oops, y'all can't see. Look at this already. Do you see that? Okay, I think maybe, can I pull it out? Look how the roots were sitting in the reservoir. Do you see how it went past? And not a lot, which is okay. This is actually the perfect time to repot, I think. So yeah, usually when Anthurium roots are sitting in the reservoir, and you can see that they're pretty healthy, like I always like feeling them. There wasn't a lot, but you usually see this crisping on the edges. At least that's what I've seen with my Anthuriums. There wasn't a lot sitting in the reservoir, and I've tried to be more careful, obviously, because the indicator broke with watering. So, I mean, looking at the root system, do you hear everything dropping? Looking at the root system, everything's healthy. The newest roots down to the oldest, like there's no root death. That is so fantastic. Yeah, I'm like looking here. It's all so healthy. It feels good. And so that's an amazing sign. So let's bring this closer. Do you hear all the pollen dropping? Okay, I don't know if the roots are gonna fit. And usually I like submerging a lot of the aerial roots under. Man, this root system is just so big. And I'm not complaining, it's just harder to throw her in when there's a moss pole. I'm just filling it with the pond that was there already. Okay, how do we feel? Okay, we're not done. We're not done yet. I do need to put moss. But I mean, overall, I'm like really happy. There's some like air pockets around the pond. that's fine. Let more air around the roots, which is what we all want. And then we'll tie her against the moss pole. And then we'll have that same effect as the queen Anthurium, because I think that's the only other Anthurium that I have up a moss pole, so that's very exciting. Yeah, it's interesting because I never thought that the Forgetii would be an Anthurium that had, I mean, I've only owned this plant for a year, so I really didn't know. I mean, I don't usually see large specimens or like big stems of the Forgetii, so I think like, I just didn't know that the internodes were larger. Okay, I think I'm gonna use press and seal. Okay, everyone, here she is in all her beauty. Okay, so I put 2 pieces of press and seal. Gosh, it's so hard to, do you see it? And I actually did it pretty tight just because, specifically with my Queen Anthurium, and I have limited experience, but I think because now we're going to winter, my room's getting a bit more dry when it comes to humidity. I really want aerial roots to latch on. Sometimes even though you have a moss pole, if it's not wet enough around that area where there's a new set, it dries up. And so I don't want that to happen. So, oh no, did I damage you? I'm sorry. Wow, this is, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with this. This looks so pretty. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm just flushing. Okay, my camera did that thing again. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, Kevin, it's okay. My camera did that thing again where it just spazzed and just stopped recording, but like sometimes when it does that, it like corrupts the file that was currently like recording. So thankfully it was just one plant. I basically watered the moss pole of my Philodendron Luxurians because she was so dry. I'll grab her now just to show you. Here's this beauty. Now, I think I talked in the video about how I'm not an expert yet when it comes to caring for this plant. It's tough because I've had situations with root rot with the Philodendron Luxurians, previously in LECA. I do find that the roots are very kind of picky when it comes to roots sitting in the reservoir or in sitting water. Like they do not like it, and you can see in the leaves a lot of the time some yellowing around the leaves, some crisping, and so I don't know what else I said. I think I want to show you, there's no new rootage on the moss pole, so I won't show you. I was just wetting the moss pole. Look at this beauty. I think I was talking about 2 on this side of the leaf. It is a little bit yellow, I think. And I think it's because when she was under grow light, before she unfurled, this part of the leaf was close to the grow light. I didn't notice it before, but now that she's starting to harden off, you kind of see it. It's not that noticeable, but anyhow, that's her. I talked about also, because last week I showed y'all the previous leaf and the streak. Because she was touching the grow light, you can really see it on the other side over here. Oh, and also look at the backs. I like this plant a lot more than the Gloriosum just because I find that the petioles are shorter and it stays more compact than a Gloriosum. I think that was my biggest issue when I was growing mine, and that's why I got rid of it. Oh my gosh, and someone asked about my Ploumanii recently, and I'm sorry, but she has not been part of this collection for quite a while now. I don't even remember when I got rid of her. Spring? Was it spring? I think it was spring. I just know that terrestrial philodendrons, they kind of get out of control, and like the 2 that I was still in love with, Philodendron Luxurians and Philodendron Mcdowell, so I only kept those 2, and obviously I'm experimenting, growing them on moss poles. And they're doing well. Like, this is so gorgeous. Oh yeah, and airflow. Oh my gosh, airflow with this plant is so important. She currently sits in front of my fan. I just find it's kind of similar to like Anthuriums. Like when you get a little bit of moisture, you get this like, do you know what I mean? When you get a little bit of moisture. And I think it's just not resilient because it is, like, it does feel different from other ones. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but y'all know what I mean. Lots of airflow. Okay, I feel like this has become like a very like busy planter video. I hope y'all are okay with that, and like it might be longer. I don't even know. I kind of want to look at my Anthurium Esmeraldense. Now, she's okay, but I kind of feel like the roots have gone into the reservoir. And I mean, I showed my Forgetii, like a lot of the time, like they're okay for a little bit, but because the Esmeraldense and I think the Veitchii, I might do that one too. Because those two have been in these self-watering planters for a while, I kind of feel like the roots may be sitting in the reservoir just because like there's a bunch of yellowing on like the leaves on the edges. Still pretty, but I don't know, it could be light. And I mean, these leaves during the summer, like these two, were facing the south facing window during the summer. It could be because I watered it too much and like you got a layer of water at the bottom. I don't know. I'm just curious. I kind of want to see what's happening. I think I was waiting for this new leaf to turn off, y'all. And also the backs, they're kind of red. It's fading. Maybe it's just one of those situations where as it matures, it could only hold on to a few leaves. I mean, roots look okay. I think I just have to see at the bottom. Ooh. Okay, I was wrong. There's 0 roots. Do you see? There are 0 roots going into the reservoir. They're just kind of sitting at the top here. Is there any rot, maybe? Not really. Is there anything in here? I don't see anything, no. Huh, you're good. Look at you. There's like minimal, but it's not bad. Like, okay, now I'm thinking it's probably light related because this root system, do you hear all the pollen? This root system is so good. I don't want to repot it. I think I might just put it back. That is so interesting. Okay, so probably gonna put it back and then flush. Sometimes I have to take a butter knife and remove the stopper, just because it's like in there. But okay, so if the roots are fine, then I'm thinking it might have been light related or potentially like fertilization, like maybe too much fertilizer. It's always tough with pon just because like pon it holds on to everything. Let's just say that, good and bad. I haven't necessarily seen it much with non-velvet leaf anthuriums, but I mean, because the roots look totally fine to me and there wasn't any like rot, then like I think I'm just gonna flush. You know, I'm actually like very happy that I'm looking at these roots because y'all know that I don't necessarily like disrupting anything. Plants need to feel secure in where they are in order to push out large growth. But I just felt like it was time just because, I mean, this one, has it been 2 years that she's been in here? Crazy how big the root system is. So yeah, unless there's like nothing too severe happening with your plant, I don't necessarily recommend like repotting, disrupting them to look at the roots, only if you see something really bad. Like if the petiole starts to look wrinkly, like the Regale I showed you in the beginning of the video. If you see yellowing on the leaves, that's not necessarily just the oldest leaf. Like if you're seeing it continue, if you're noticing that the foliage is getting smaller, that's when I usually like want to check. So that is honestly so amazing to see this root system. I'm not going to repot it. I don't even know how to pour this. No. I think I might put a cone. I guess I'll show you what I'm talking about for y'all that are new. So, when a stem of an anthurium grows and it's not close to the substrate, there are adventitious roots that I generally like to cover. And you might say this with other collections where they put sphagnum moss. Don't like doing that anymore. I prefer to put like a collar around the stem. So I took one of these tall deli containers. I cut it in half, I guess, and then I put it around the stem. And I only did it with this one because just looking at the stem, it was pretty small. So a deli container is fine. With my Queen Anthurium and my Regale, I used like upside down nursery pot and a bunch of these cut up and taped. Y'all can see there is already a root. Okay, future Kevin, zoom in. That is a brand new root that grew, and wow. I didn't see that before. That's really exciting. So that's what I'm talking about. Be too small, might be too small. Maybe, do you know what? Maybe I'll just, so I cut it like this. I might tape them together actually just to make it wider. because I'm now realizing I don't have like tape. I have to use just Scotch tape, I guess. So funny. Oh my gosh, this looks so funny. So I just like widened it and like taped it together to make this. The question is like, is it gonna I'm literally just using like Scotch tape because I don't have any other tape. Because the issue is the water, because obviously you're watering. I'd even wrap it around. I was supposed to wrap it around and then tape it. Okay, and then because of this, I'm gonna have to cut this leaf because I just have to. I'm sorry. Goodbye. I just can't wrap the collar around. Let me see. Yeah, see, it's still like, I'm gonna have to cut the petiole more. Okay, I think we're okay with it. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. This is not turning out the way I wanted it to. Okay, I'm gonna try to put more pon, and we're gonna see. Oh, there's some here from the Forgetii. We're gonna see what happens. So I think I'm just gonna return it where it is with this collar. Maybe in the spring, summer, just seeing the roots, I think I might, at that point, repot it into a bigger pot. We'll see what happens. I have my Magnificum Luxurians here. She was at the very back of my shelf behind my Forgetii. And then I just noticed there's an inflow, girl. And a new leaf. And here's the thing, I'm scared that the leaf's gonna be damaged because she was like crushed under this leaf. And you could see like the bend over there. So I'm scared that it's already injured. I don't see anything right now, but it was like really bent. So I'm just gonna cut the inflow because we don't want that. And I don't know, let's hope for the best. I am very curious to see what the leaf is gonna look like because this one was bumpy and then the other one looked like it got exfoliated because it's not that bumpy. It's a bit more smooth, I don't know. So I'm very curious what this new leaf is gonna look like. I feel bad, the petiole's like twisted. Let's look at this Mcdowell. The one up a moss pole. I just need to water the moss pole. I think I talked about the rootage. It's looking good. Oh my god, the moss pole's so dry. Whoopsies. I'm just watering the cup that's at the top of the moss pole just to hydrate it. This tie over here, the one in an arid mix. Just a closer look here. Looking good. I think I have to feed it with nutrient solution because it's been maybe 2 to 3 months. And again, this tie has been in this arid mix for, it might be close to 2 years, if not like 1.5 years. It isn't completely dry. I'm putting my finger in the arid mix, and you should do that with all your plants in arid mixes. It's not bone dry, but I'm just gonna hydrate it first, and then I'm going to just put a little bit of nutrient solution afterwards. This one is against my west-facing window, no grow light, and right under a vent. So I guess it's air conditioning still. Yeah, I don't know. She really is tough as nails. She really is. And then I just have nutrient solution. We're just gonna slowly water over. And okay, I think that's good. Man, she's pretty. She really is.